what's up everyone, and welcome to my review for The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, or Smaug. I like to call him Smaugi myself. I think that's the right way to pronounce it. I'm pretty sure that's right. So you know what? Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to my review for The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. And of course, this is the second film in the Hobbit trilogy, which of course is a prequel trilogy to the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and all these movies, including the Lord of the Rings movies, are directed by Peter Jackson, but they're all based on books, and I don't know, whatever. And of course, this film is the one where it introduces Smaugi, or Smaug, the dragon, which is supposed to be the best part of the Hobbit book. So I was really looking forward to this, especially since I really liked the first film, and I love the first, three Lord of the Rings films. So, hey, in my opinion, Peter Jackson can't do any wrong, unless he does The Lovely Bones, then I guess he could. But I like that movie myself, but whatever. I am excited to talk about this film because I was really looking forward to it. I saw it in IMAX 3D. Let's talk about it. The story for The Desolation of Smaug takes place sometime after the original film and follows the Dwarves of Erebor, led by Thorin Oakenshield, Gandalf, and of course the titular character Bilbo Baggins, who is the Hobbit. And it continues the adventure of the Dwarves of Erebor trying to go and take back their homeland of Erebor. Of course, the Lonely Mountain, which was taken by Smaug, the evil dragon. And along the way in this film, of course, there's a bunch of roadblocks where they fight off some spiders, or they have to, hide from people in a city, or they actually have to escape from elves. But for the most part, this is actually kind of like how The Return of the King was the movie where they finally got to the freaking volcano. Here, it was like, hey, they finally got to the mountain, so they didn't try to drag it out too much, even though this was supposed to be only 2 movies, so I don't know. But anyway, that's the story. I'm not going to explain. So while I felt that this and the last film could have been edited together to be a very solid 3 to 3.5 hour film, I still think them being separated is fine because they had plenty of stuff to show. It was never really dragging in my opinion. And you know what? 2 long movies where you actually get to know all the characters, especially since there's 13 dwarves altogether, excluding all of the other side characters and the main characters themselves. You need a lot of time to get to know these characters and actually start to like them. And they give you enough time, and I really enjoyed that. Also, there's a lot of really cool action sequences in this one and the last movie. The CG, while not amazing, I will admit, there is some times where I'm like, CG could have been better. I still very much enjoyed it. I thought it was really, really good looking. The sequences, like I said, are really cool, but I'll get to that in a second because I don't want to just brush that off and just go on to the next thing. I actually want to talk about that in depth. But yeah, everything here is very entertaining. I never felt like a sequence was just like, dragging. I never thought it was like, okay, wrap it up, let's go. I never did. So yeah, I really like the story here. I thought it was fun. And also, I think the acting here is great. I'm not going to explain it too much because there's a lot of actors here, but some highlights here, of course, are Ian McKellen, who plays Gandalf, who I love. Martin Freeman plays Bilbo, who I feel like is getting more into the character. And I really like what they're doing with Bilbo and the Ring. That's all I'll say. I really like what they're doing there. And I really like 2 new, well, not 2 new actors, but 2 new characters to the Hobbit films. Orlando Bloom, who plays, I was about to say Orlando Jones. No, Orlando Jones is not in this film. Orlando Bloom, who comes back as Legolas, who wasn't in the original Hobbit film, of course, who is badass in this film. I'll talk about him in a second, because, ooh, he's so badass. But anyway, yeah, he's awesome. Actually, I have 3 characters to talk about. I'm sorry. But he's badass. He makes a return into this, and I loved him. I thought he was great. I also really liked Luke Evans, who played Bard the Bowman, who is really cool character. I really like him as an actor, and I want to see him in more, bigger films. And hey, he has a pretty substantial role in this, and it looks like he's going to be a big part of the next film, which I'm looking forward to. And I thought he was really cool. I liked him. And I liked it. Wow, I can't remember the actress's name. Eve something Lilly, I can't remember her name, Evangeline Lilly, I think that's her name, who plays Tyrael, who is another elf in this film, along with Legolas, who is a badass as well, and I really liked her character. So, what, the acting overall, I think everybody did a damn good job. Every dwarf, every side character, I really liked. There was no bad acting at all. Everybody does a great job. The script itself is really good. It's very funny at times, too. And, hey, I just enjoyed every scene with every character. So, that's my opinion. But those are my highlights for the acting, in my opinion. So, there you go. There's the acting. There's the story. I like both of them. But, of course, the highlight of the this film is the action, the scenery, and the special effects all thrown in together. And oh boy, this movie looks beautiful. The special effects, like I said, aren't the best out there, but they are really damn good. And I did see it in IMAX 3D. I didn't see it in the high frame rate, but I did see it in the best high quality screen ever. Well, I think so, at least. They might be better. I'm not sure. But it looked beautiful. It really did. The scenery was gorgeous. The cinematography was amazing in this film. Oh, New Zealand looks great. And I'm pretty sure it's New Zealand, just like The Lord of the Rings. I'm not sure. But if it isn't, wherever they shot was beautiful. And the special effects, like I said, aren't amazing, but they are really good. When you get a close-up of like an orc or something, you can see it doesn't look like the best CG out there, but when the action's going on and, you know, it's fast-moving, it looks great. And the action, oh my god, the action is so thrilling in this film. There's a whole sequence that is pretty much like Donkey Kong, where the dwarves are in barrels and they're taking out orcs in barrels, and then the elves come out and Legolas is such a badass with his bow and stuff. There's so many really cool action set pieces in this film, and that one went on for a very long time, and I was just like, oh boy, this is cool the whole way through. And like I said, I saw it in IMAX 3D, so the 3D was really cool, and the IMAX, I was just like, whoa, man, I felt that in my stomach, how loud that sound system is, and how beautiful the IMAX screen is. Oh boy, this movie you need to see in IMAX 3D, in my opinion. The 3D is not amazing, but the IMAX, definitely go see it in IMAX if you can go see IMAX without the 3D. So overall, I'm going to say this. The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, while it does have a very the Empire Strikes Back type ending where it has a big cliffhanger where it's like, oh no, what's going to happen next? I still really thought it was an improvement over the first film, and I really enjoyed it. So there you go. There's my review for The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. I really liked it. I did. And I love the first film. So I'm going to give this, I don't really have any problems with it. I'm going to give it a 39 out of a 40. It's really close in my opinion. I love this film. Is it as good as the Lord of the Rings films? No, but I still loved it. So there you go. There's my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you and goodbye.